Hey, this is Under the Road Haunts, and today I'm making a video about what I believe to be the best era of Spirit Halloween, in my opinion. Now, you can have your own opinion on this. I really don't care. Your favorite could be the same as mine, could be around, 2010 to 2011 and stuff, or it could be now, which and any time of Spirit you love. I mean, you love it. You're happy that it exists, so what's the problem with that? None. So, don't argue over this. This is just my opinion. But yeah, anyways, let's get into it. You see, my personal favorite era of Spirit Halloween, with their themes and animatronics and all that kind of stuff, is around from 2015 to 2017. And 2014 included, maybe. I do like that as well, but it just doesn't stick out as well as the others. And I think the main reason that I like these is just because they feel what I associate with Spirit Halloween almost. They have they are still really cool with, the same kind of scariness-ish, but they just are full of the Halloween spirit for me, and I just really love them. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna get into the years, what their themes were, what my favorite animatronics were, and just other stuff that I feel like makes the years stand out. So, starting off with 2015. I just really like this year, and it's like one of the first times I've ever went to Spirit Halloween, although I was very small and kind of cried out of fear. So, yeah, I really just like covered my eyes and ears by the themes and just went to look at clown decorations and masks. So, yeah, that was a thing. But I'm kind of sad that that's all I did, because I really damn enjoyed this year from like what I've seen. So there's just so much things that I think make this work. I love a bunch of the animatronics. Creepy Rising Doll is really cool. The zombies in the back are also really awesome. A lot of originality too, such as Shotgun Blast Zombie. They're just totally like never thought of before, and I just really like this era. So, here are my favorites for the years. The first one is Little Skelly Bones, arguably my favorite prop of all time. I just, A, love his phrases, B, his look is really awesome, and C, again, he just really has that Halloween vibe to him. I just feel like he's perfect in that way. I, yeah, I just think he's really awesome. I'm glad to have him now. But yeah, I've been chasing after him for like 5 or 6 years. So, you know, at least I have him now. I do think he's definitely one of the best of that here. The next of my favorites, which, believe it or not, is probably my second favorite animatronic of all time, is the Pumpkin Guardian of the Grave. Now, from some things I've seen, apparently he's made a little cheaply, but whatever. I just like to assess animatronics based on what they are. Quality is just a different thing, really. But I find this guy really cool. I feel like with the fog effects, he's really awesome with the mist like coming out of his pumpkin. And albeit he is a remake of an older animatronic, which is just the Guardian of the Grave, though I feel like this guy's a little more interesting. I like his phrase. I wouldn't say phrases, because he only has one, which was used on Headless Jack, but he's just... Headless Jack's just okay to me. But I just really like this guy. Recently I tried to get him on eBay, but someone outbid me on him for like $5 or something, which is quite annoying, but I mean, whatever. So if I ever get a chance to like get him for really cheap, maybe I will. but I doubt that'll ever happen. But he's still really awesome. Then, my next favorite is probably Smoldering Zombie. I just think this guy's really creepy, really classic to me. I really like the way he looks, sounds. Sounds are always really creepy. I like that. The fog, when attached, really makes him look like he's burning. And overall, I feel like this guy should definitely return to current day. I just find him too awesome to not return. Plus, I feel the same about Twitching Banshee. I think she should maybe return, but she's not one of my favorites of the year. So the final kind of one of my favorites is the Grave Grabber. And he's not a very stunning animatronic. It's just a skeleton zombie clawing on the ground. But it's just so simple and, like, creepy at the same time. Again, with that Halloween spirit, which is something you're gonna have brought up a lot in this video, by the way. It's just simple. A lot of people with him returning for the 2021 season were just like, yeah, but I don't get why he returned. Nobody wanted him. I didn't want him to return, but he's still a very pleasant surprise. I would have got him, but, you know, just maybe a little too expensive for, you know, that kind of thing. But he's still really awesome. And now for the themes, which I think are another really strong part of the year, which the first one is the Voodoo Swamp. Now this one's just really good in my opinion. A lot of people say it's very cardboardy and stuff, which I do agree with. I do think that is a valid criticism of it. But for me, I actually like that effect. It makes it feel more kind of cartoonish, more Halloween-y. I just really like this theme. I think it was pretty creepy. I like the animatronics in it. And the flame effects in the windows and stuff of the hut were really good. It's just a really awesome theme. I found it pretty cool. And then the next, the themes, is probably one of my favorites of all time, which was the zombie subway. Jesus. Out of all the themes Spirits ever made, I think this has to be one of the scariest. A, barely any of the animatronics are just kind of talky and are all like zombies. B, it looks creepily realistic to me. And C, I just, you know, it makes sense. Like, some themes are cool, but you can't quite piece together what they're meant to be. Whereas in this, feels clear, it feels clean, and it feels concise. You got the atmosphere effects and the grates, which I just think were super awesome. That's a nice grimy feel to it, and overall I just think it's really creepy and awesome. I think this is probably one of the best themes of all time for Spirit. But we're only a third through the list. So, yeah. Also, some honorable mentions of animatronics for me are Creepy Rising Doll. She's really nightmarish and just really eerie. I think another one is the pop-up Moonshine Barrel zombie. Apparently his setup is hell. But I also just like his concept. A pretty effective jump scare. Harbinger of Hell was also awesome. I would want to see them bring him back eventually. But yeah. Anyways, next to 2016. Which I may be biased when it comes to this year because it's the year I first started doing this. Not my YouTube channel. But it's the first year I've actually gone into Spirit and enjoyed myself in there. It was just a really awesome theme, super nostalgic, and fun fact, Cerberus was actually the first animatronic I've ever activated. So, yeah. But it was super cool being there. I just love the themes and animatronics. But anyways, here is on to my favorite animatronics part of the video. So, my favorites for me were probably Swinging Scarecrow, which is number one. I do, and I feel like I like some other guys in this a little more, but I just really like swinging props for some reason. feel like this is a very good one. He still manages to be kind of funny and jokey while being really creepy, which I think is the pure essence of what I think Halloween should be. Like, not pure scary, but not pure, like, you know, silly. I feel like it should be a perfect mixture, which I just think is spooky. You know, it's, as Spirit says, so much fun is, or, yeah, so much fun it's scary. Just, I like this guy. He would be really cool to get. The next of my favorites is the Boogeyman, which is apparently 7 feet tall, though I only remember him being like 6 or so. But in some of the videos I've seen, he is like really tall. I also find this one to be pretty damn nightmarish animatronic. He has a really loud mechanism, which sucks. But, I mean, whatever. Turn the volume up to loud enough, which I don't think does any problems to the animatronic. His face is just all scarred, and he has only one visible eye, which is just really weird looking in a good way. His teeth are all gnarled. He has like a matted suit and stuff. So, and his audio is also just really creepy. Some just horrific laughter and sounds, mixed with some of the audio from the Terror TV, I think, which definitely works, builds up the suspense. He'd just really work well at the end of a hallway or something. So, yeah, such as a haunt this year did, which I think I might make a video on my favorite haunts of all time. And there's definitely one that I feel like is a very, like, pronounced number one, which has this element that I described. It's also a pretty popular one. But yeah, and the next one, my favorites, is a returning one, the Smoldering Zombie Groundbreaker, which is just a smoldering zombie, except smaller. I don't know why. I also just really like this one. For the same reasons that I like the Smoldering Zombie. But it's cheaper, it's smaller. I also just really like this one. You can attach fog again, which also looks really cool. But yeah, there are also just so many good ones from this time. Not a lot of originality per se, but a lot of very simple yet good ones. Sitting Scarecrow's one, which is still returning to this day, which is surprising. Oh, god damn. I wrote down the list of these things, and I also forgot another one of my favorites, which is the Electrified Corpse. I really love this guy, honestly. His just screams are A, really cool. B, his, I like his animation. C, he looks cool. It's just such a simple yet scary prop. I really like this guy as well. And they're all really awesome. There are no animatronics from this time period that I can think of, like, hating or something. Which, like, considering what we've seen, you know, now, there are some animatronics around now that I do not like. So, I don't know what Spirit has done. But yeah. In terms of the themes, we had number one, the Clock Tower, which is a really tall but yet awesome theme. I really think it's just super cool with like the Grim Graven Angel on the top, which I feel like is an honorable mention. I also really love that guy. He's just super creepy. And I feel like all the animatronics around, it's a really nice touch. The two trees at the start with Swinging Scarecrow and Little Skelly Bones, animatronic that I think should have returned, like, full-heartedly, and probably should return in 2021. I don't think I'd buy him because I have the original, but I just feel like, you know, the new kind of haunters around should see him, get a chance to get him, because I think he's a really good deal, and I personally really love him. But yeah, this is just a great year. The leaves on the ground also make it feel really, like, full of that fall atmosphere, which I really like. Feels all dark and, like, creepy. I really love this theme. Simple yet awesome. And the second one is the hotel, which is one that I deeply appreciate as well. Firstly, some of the animatronic activations are done by StepPad. Duh. You can't avoid that. But some of them are also done in very unique ways, with like the elevator buttons and the like desk bells. I just think that's really awesome. A lot of great animatronics in this theme as well, such as, Boogeyman, Morning Glory, Rising Reaper. I just really like this one as well. It's definitely very big as well, and immersive. It actually kind of feels like you're inside a building. It's a theme setup that we haven't seen done a lot, and I just think it's really great. Has that classic back theme feel to it, and I just think they should go back to that kind of style. The only pet peeve I have with this one is if they're choosing a hotel, why of all things they could have used as kind of cubicles, why did they choose elevators? Because that's not the first thing I think about when I think of a hotel, but whatever. I don't quite care. I still think it's, really awesome. It also has all the roaming animatronics inside of it, which, fun fact, the first animatronic I ever got was from this year, which is the Roman Ghost Boy. Definitely a really creepy one as well. His phrases are weird, and he's just also really cool. Also really love the roaming antique clown for some reason. He's also really awesome. Really all the roaming props from this time were good. So yeah, I just think this is a really great, I feel like kind of the pinnacle of Spirit in my opinion. But on to the last of my kind of favorites, which is 2017. Now, for some people, this is a really forgettable year, which I could kind of see why, but I just really liked it. First of all, my favorites of the year are probably Forest Demon, number 1. I just think he's really cool. He looks great in person. He's tall. He's scary. I love his phrases. Hazmat Zombie is my second. A, really original. B, just creepy. C, I love his audio. That's another really great part of him. And yeah, the other one of my favorites is the Toe-Tagged Corpse. Again, another really original one that I would have loved to get. I've always been meaning to try and get him or something. But he has the kind of interactive part of him where you can swap out his outfits. So if you want an alien, sure, you can have that. But if you don't and you just want a classic Morg, then fine, you can have a human. Both audios are really good. The audio one mainly the alien one mainly because, the human audio isn't bad either, but it's just breathing. Pretty easy to do. But it's also just a really creepy concept. I kind of think of it as John Doe on steroids. Just because that's how it feels. But yeah. Next, on to the themes. They also returned Limb Ripper, which I think was a pretty cool one as well. But yeah, the themes are A, the Spirit Hollow Bridge, which some people find kind of forgettable, but really, it is the first time they ever, introduced a walkthrough aspect of the themes. So, embrace modernity, yeah, but respect tradition. God, that's cringy. But, I just really like that aspect of being able to walk inside. I like the kind of fake trees again, and it just has, when people say it's too cardboardy, it's the same kind of thing that I thought about the, swamp, where I just feel like the cardboardy aesthetic really makes it work for me. I also love the lighting. The purple is super eerie. They definitely did the theme really well in their video for it, which sadly I think they stopped doing, which really sucks. But this is just another really cool theme. I remember getting so excited when I saw the outside images of it. That was super cool. And the next is Area 31, which I feel like is a very memorable theme for everybody, because I feel like it's the most out there one we've ever gotten. And it was apparently made in only 3 days, so it's the quickest theme ever conceived. But, I mean, you'd think that they'd spend less effort on it if that was the case, but no. This is another really awesome theme. I love the starting with, like, the fences and the tunnel you go through, with some, like, electric themed prop, the banging zombie cellar and stuff. I just really like that kind of part of it. And then we get to the main course, pretty much, which has all the kind of different hallways and stuff showing, which was also just really awesome. And overall, I do wish they do themes like this again. Not quite a fan of the themes that are kind of like on the shelves-ish instead of like right snug at the back. Really think they should bring that back. But again, extremely nostalgic vibes of this. I remember like screaming with joy when it opened. So I just really love this theme this year. There are so many good ones again. And they also continued with their bastardization of the smoldering zombie by making the campfire zombie, which just has a different head and the same audio, so I guess he burnt away over time. So I also liked him, but you know, it's just not as like grand as some of the other animatronics. But yeah, that was my favorite Spirit era of all time. Like, there's some that a lot of other people love, but just don't quite land on me, such as like the early days of around 2009 to 2012. It just didn't kind of work for me. Unpopular opinion, just the old Jemmy stuff I find kind of weird and uncanny, and I've never been like wowed by any of them, except maybe the Ghostface from 2011. But yeah. Also, I feel like back then, of course, the quality was just way worse. Like, some of the animatronics were just really weird. Nothing felt, like, original to me. All kind of boring. 2013, sure, I can see why you love it. And I do kind of agree, it does have some good animatronics in it. The themes were good as well. 2014 is kind of mixing into this era that I've spoken of the whole time in this video. And it is really good as well. Some other really good animatronics. Some themes are really cool, but, you know, it just doesn't quite stick out to me. But, yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, thanks. Like and subscribe if you're new. Comment down below what your favorite time of Spirit was. And just if you agree with me or not. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.